So, Bob Bryant got away?
I knew I'd never find him in South America.
What about the other killer?
Yeah, you kinda glossed over that one.
Well, I found Jim not long after my showdown with Ringo. At the time, he was riding with the James Younger gang. Did I neglect to mention that?
Jesse James? The greatest outlaw who ever lived?
Jesse and his kin rode with Quantrill when he raided Lawrence, Kansas, and killed near 200 people, boy.
Nothing great about that.
And from there, him and his brother went on to rob banks and trains from Kansas to Missouri.
Which is why there was such a rich bounty on their heads. 40 grand for both of them, dead or alive. That's one hell of a payday. Bullets were flying at me from every which way. But I knew I'd have to fight my way forward if I was gonna find this Jim.
Et bien salut nous, c'est Lisez qui se retrouve encore une fois pour du Call of Juarez. C'était laissé après avoir tué le Pecno là. Oula, il a une armure. T'inquiète pas, pleine tête ça part vite. Hein. Y'a personne.
Wait a second. Now, how'd they stop this train in the first place?
Well, the James boys were experts at this. They hopped a freight train having heard there was a big payroll in the express safe. So, I hopped the same train.
Ah, il y avait un passage QTE, je l'ai loupé.
The James Younger gang was decimated after that little fiasco they had in Northfield, Minnesota.
Alors qu'est-ce qu'on va devoir faire ici?
So Jesse needed more men and took on the killer I was after,
On va par là.
along with a host of others.
Ah, utiliser une échelle. Allez!
Climbing around that train, I must have swallowed 100 damn bugs before I
The
reached
James
that.
Younger gang pulled the first train robbery west of the Mississippi.
Sounds like you hold them in high regard.
Everyone knows they were the most famous outlaw gang ever.
And you took them all on?
Je vais prendre une balle mortelle. Tiens, dans les boules! Pourquoi y a pas un autre shot dans le jeu? Putain, mais c'est des gros maintenant. Ils rigolent plus. Reviens. Voilà. Yeah. On va terminer. À moitié. Voilà. Avec VSK in the place. On saute, on saute. Oula! C'est qui m'a tiré dessus? Bon, tant pis, on enfonce sa porte. Voilà.
I find the gentleman's facilities. Suddenly I have an urgent need to drain my one-eyed snake. Well, I've had more than a few drinks, and I've been sitting here for quite a spell.
Right through there. Let me show you. I never heard so much malarkey in my life.
You think he's bullshitting us?
You don't think he's Silas Greaves?
I think he's just some old drunk looking for some free liquor.
I don't know, Jack. I think I believe him. You don't think he met Jesse James?
Boy, you gotta be kidding me. That story makes no sense at all.
Jack.
I mean, you gotta be 2 bricks short of a load to believe that cock and bull story.
I don't agree.
Jack, lay off the
But
bar.
you seriously think that tired old man went toe-to-toe with Jesse James?
Well, that's better. Did I mention that this Jim was married to the infamous Belle Starr? Of course, I didn't learn that until later. Anyway, I made my way forward the best I could. Around the sides, over the roof. At some point, some sumbitch saw me and shouted out, "It's a damn Pinkerton!" It's a damn Pinkerton!
J'adore l'histoire,
I
sérieux.
never worked for that limey cocksucker. But I guess they assumed I was one of his assassins. Those
Yep,
evil
but-
bastards firebombed Jesse's mother's house and killed his stepbrother. So it's no wonder each and every asshole
Bon,
on
je suppose
that
que ça...
train
Ah!
wanted to be dead.
Je suis mort comment Je suis tombé du train.
Precarious.
Vous êtes sérieux là? Bon. Ex, ne tombe pas du train, s'il te plaît. Voilà. Oh! Je vais spotter. D'où j'ai fait prendre une balle qui m'aurait one shot. J'ai l'impression que les mecs sont 2 fois plus grands que moi quoi. Bon. Allez, on court.
Right about then, I was attacked by some asshole on a Gatling gun.
Bah oui hein.
Seems like you run into a lot of them.
Asshole?
Gatling guns.
Yes, I did. Now, I don't remember how I took it out. It was either a bullet or dynamite.
Where would you find dynamite?
Does it really matter, Jack? You're messing with the flow of the story here.
Ouais, t'es en train de... Oui, elle a l'air un peu plus débile que les boss hein, quand ils ont une Gatling gun. Là, me dis pas que ça va casser. D'accord, tiens. Merde! Hop. Cadeau. Facile. Alors, qu'est-ce que c'est? Crève. 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 Fils de... Ta maman. Ah! Oh l'enculé, il est venu d'où lui? D'où t'es venu, enfoiré? C'est quoi, on va rester bien loin. J'avoue, il y a du nargage là. Ça, comme ça j'aurai de la vision. C'est bon? Ah non, c'est pas bon. Oh! C'est combien là? Par contre, ça se renouvelle pas tellement dans le skin des ennemis. Hein. Et bah? Ah non, c'est pas bon. Je vais quand même faire gaffe sur le côté.
I was was looking for Jim and shooting any son of a bitch stupid enough to get in my way.
Allez.
And that included Jesse James himself.
Encore un bâtard en armure. Bon, c'est pas grave. Hop. Bim 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 bim.
There sure were a lot of men determined to die that day.
Voilà, meurs, connard.
It was then that Jesse detached the express car from the rest of the damn train.
Woo!
I could see Jesse waiting for me, fixing to kill me so he could get away with all that money.
You had a showdown with Jesse James?
Of course he didn't. Everybody knows that Jesse was killed by Bob Ford.
Yeah, Jesse went out like John Wesley Hardin. Coward shot him in the back of the head.
Guess it doesn't matter how far you run, does it, Ben? Your past always catches up with you. Yeah, I didn't kill Jesse James. Just wounded him bad enough to convince him to hang up his guns.
What about that Jim fella? What happened to him?
I figure he was up front with a gun to the engineer's head. That bastard slipped away again. I'll tell you how I got him. But first I need to wet my whistle. After my showdown with Jesse, I continued to track his brother, Frank, and that son of a bitch, Jim. I followed those bastards into the high mountains as they were going to ground.
What mountains would that be?
Somewhere in the Ozarks, I believe. The perfect place to hide out from the authorities. In fact, before I could find them, some Indians who fled the res and were hiding out from the military found me first. They probably thought I was a cavalry scout and didn't want me telling the military where they were.
Engines?
Yeah, they could have been Cheyenne, but there was all sorts of renegades roaming the landscape back then.
Oulala, mais ce jeu est vraiment long, hein. Et franchement, pour une production à 15 €, je m'attendais à plus court, hein. Il est même plus long que Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon en ligne droite. C'est chaud, hein. Bon, d'un côté, tant mieux, hein. Enfin, j'ai envie de dire. Plus c'est long, plus on s'amuse. Taisez-vous les peaux rouges, là. Allez.
Hey, how about another whiskey, Ben? Nothing better to soothe the troubled soul.
Alcoolique de merde. Ah, c'est le campement, ça. C'était fait. On avait une vision, je crois.
Indians, right. I had more than my share of run-ins with the Redmen. Like that time. Did I tell you about Grey Wolf?
Yes, sir.
Ah, of course I did. In fact, I can still remember that old medicine man's words to me.
Jesus Christ, we're back to that again.
Alors, hop.
Carry great darkness in your heart. It will claim your soul. You will
Reviens, connard!
come to this place again. Kill many more men.
Yeah, niveau supérieur. Hop, hop.
Darkness will grow until it consumes everything you are.
J'avais pas touché là. Oula. Ah super, j'ai fait de balle dedans. Non!
Did you ever find him? The man you are after.
Let me ask you something, Ben. Do you ever think about that?
Oula, qu'est-ce qu'il va nous dire?
Are you all right?
Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Won't you spare me over till another year? What is this that I can't see with ice cold hands taking hold of me? Well, I am death, none can excel. I'll open the door to heaven or hell. Oh, death, someone would pray. Could you wait to call me another day? Oh, death, won't you spare me over till another year?
So are you gonna answer the question?
What question is that?
Jim Reed. Did you ever find him?
Reed was indeed that son of a bitch's surname. That's right, Ben. A despicable character. I remember him laughing like a hyena that cold morning they lynched me and my brothers. He was intent on avoiding my vengeance, but nothing was gonna stop me. Nothing. I finally did track those outlaws down. They had long rifles with scopes and were well positioned to pick off any poor soul who came anywhere close.
D'accord. Donc il y a des snipers partout. Et moi je vais pas pouvoir les voir. Oh super, j'ai déjà pris une balle. Bon, comment est-ce qu'on va faire ça alors? Genre? Oula! Reste caché derrière le caillou, reste caché derrière le caillou, reste caché derrière le caillou. Ah! Ah! Putain, quel enculé! J'aime pas les gens qui font des tirs aux pigeons. Ouais! Ah ça va. Problème ici. Yeah! Ça y est, je suis monté.
I'm guessing Frank James believed I was responsible for the demise of his brother.
Oula! Je vois plus rien.
Disagree with the man as I thought Jesse was dead then as well. He backed off as I closed in on him, but he was still intent on killing me. And when I closed in on him again,
Yoo-hoo!
he backed off again, looking for a better angle on me.
Il est où ce temps pas fait là?
Hell, I can't fault Frank for wanting his revenge, as I was there for the same damn reason myself. At this point, I'm guessing you think Silas Greaves is a worse murderer than Jim Reed ever was.
No, sir.
A man who spent half his life killing somebody's brothers,
Woo!
sons.
I think you were just looking for justice, sir.
Is that what I was looking for, Dwight? Is that what it was? Justice?
Putain d'aurait du want!
Is that why
Justice!
you were hunting the James gang?
The James gang. Right.
Wow! Oh, je l'ai esquivé de
Frank
peu. Hein.
holed up in his mountain cabin, and he was determined to have me dead.
Et qu'est-ce qu'il faut faire?
Battle that could have gone either way.
Péter la planque!
Luckily, I had some dynamite in my possession.
Dynamite. On your person.
A few sticks, just in case. It's always good to be prepared. Right. I'm just laying out the facts as I remember them, Jack.
Allez hop! Je l'ai eu!
old shack, well, it went tumbling right off that cliff.
With Frank James still in it?
Yes, sir.
But Frank James is still alive, living in Missouri, showing folks around the family farm for 25 cents a tour.
I didn't say he died in the fall, now did I?
I'm done with this damnable outlaw life. Kill me, don't kill me, do what you will. At this point, I just don't give a shit.
I explained to Frank that I had nothing against him personally and that I was looking for someone else.
You want Reed? Have at him. I never did like that bastard. I am done here.
We parted in peace as Frank pointed out the path to my prey before making his way back down the hill.
Ça pue cette histoire. Ah là là. Salut!
Well, I finally found the last of the gang hiding in a nearby.
Encore un vivant.
First, I had to dispatch the lookouts. I was determined not to let that murderer escape my revenge again.
Oula. Oula, je prends des balles mais je sais pas d'où. Allez, bon, j'espère que ce coup-ci on va enfin affronter le connard qui a tué mes frères.
Hey, Reed! I shouted. No wonder you're so ornery. Can't be easy being married to Belle Starr. While you're off providing for the family, she's spreading her legs for every Tom, Dick, and Cole Younger. Not an attractive woman exactly, but very friendly. At least she was to me. Son of a bitch!
Son of a bitch! Quel enfoiré quand même ce mec. Ah, t'es pas mort. Deux balles pour en tuer un quand même. Mais putain, y'en a un qui arrête pas de bouger là, il m'énerve! Quel scarabée! Voilà. Voilà, nickel. Bon, laissons la mort se recharger. Un peu. Beaucoup. Comme ça au moins, on n'aura pas de problème. Si jamais je dois prendre une balle qui devrait me tuer. Le pire c'est que ils arrivent à m'atteindre à cette distance alors que moi avec mon petit pistolet j'arrive pas.
I had waited a long time to face him down, so I could repay him for what he did to my brothers.
LAL! Ma faute. Oh là là. C'est quand même chiant de garder la focalisation sur le personnage. Hein. Je sais pas pour ceux qui ont joué. Ouais, moi je trouve ça énervant. Je trouve que c'est un truc qui aurait peut-être dû plutôt être joué à manette. Alors mieux fait parce que je trouve que... Déloyal!
And repay him I did. I don't know about you boys, but I'm pretty beat.
Well, it's too damn bad you never found that Bob character. It seems a shame you never had to pay.
Well, funny thing about that, I did have one more chance at him. Six months ago, I heard that Butch and Sundance were back in the States and had gathered up some of their old gang. I tracked them down, hoping that Roscoe Bob Bryant had returned with them.
So you're saying they didn't die down in Bolivia?
That's what I'm saying. "40 years I had waited to get my hands on the last of my brother's killers. Not even an army of demons could have stopped me now. Both Johnny Ringo and Jim Reed fell fairly quickly. But the last one, Roscoe Bob Bryant, that son of a bitch had managed to escape my vengeance time and time again. I couldn't even be certain I'd recognize him after all those years. By now, he's gotta be close to 70.
For all you know, he could have been dead.
That thought had indeed crossed my mind, as did others.
Yeah, encore un level de gagné. Nickel. Là, on va aller... main à l'est. Enfin, je mets totalement au hasard, moi. Ah, j'ai débloqué le six-shooter incrusté.
Did my thirst for vengeance turn me into something worse than the man I was after? By this point in my storied career, I had killed more men than Bryant ever had. I was furious as hell at that bastard for making me who I am. Stop me from taking his life.
Ah putain, j'avais pas vu que j'avais un nouveau truc pour charger plus vite maintenant. Vous avez vu, il sortait de nulle part le mec.
Chapter of that fairy tale, you mean?
Suddenly it was 1910. Here I was, an old man roaming a ghost town dead almost 2 decades.
Il y avait un secret mais je l'ai pas pris. Je sais pas pourquoi. La question c'est je vais par où là? Je peux pas remonter donc c'est forcément par là. Donc il va forcément y avoir un truc dans le coin qui me permet de passer. La fenêtre peut-être? Non. Ah, peut-être par là. Ah ouais, peut-être par là. Youp.
Just like me.
Bon, je peux passer par là. Je dois aller où là? C'est par là. Par là. Ouais, par là. Oula, ça pue. Ça pue.
But I wasn't about to call it quits.
Par là. Ah, c'est joli en tout cas ici. J'aime bien. Vous ne m'aurez pas vivant.
The ghosts of my dead brothers were begging me to end what I started so long ago.
Mr. Graves, are you all right? Would you like some water?
The Wild Bunch knew I was there. They were after a treasure they had hidden before they fled, buried in the grave of a dead amigo. Some folks think the town is haunted, so they figured there wouldn't be many people poking around. I intended to fill that grave with Bob Bryant's corpse. But like I said, the bandits knew I was on to them. They lured me in and hit me with everything they had.
Ils sont où là? Je les vois pas. Ça va faire boum. Putain, je peux même pas me défendre. Putain, vas-y, il y a un truc qui arrivait derrière moi, quoi. Maintenant, je peux me défendre. Je peux même plus fuir. C'est pas possible, je lui ai mis la balle, là.
Actually, in that moment, I did not prevail. So I suppose we're talking to a ghost. Funny you should put it like that, Jack.
D'accord. Il a pris aucune de ses balles, lui.
Because when I woke up,
From the dead?
there was silence all around me.
C'est le silence.
I could swear to God I saw Billy then.
Billy who?
Billy, the kid. William Bonney. He was shooting at me from a rooftop. Here, and there, and even over there.
Ok.
So I am right. You are touched in the head.
Mr. Greaves, perhaps we should switch you to coffee?
You see that old Indian again, too?
No, but I did see Billy's killer, Patrick Floyd Garrett. He came at me guns a-blazing. I knew that old war horse had died 2 years before. I wondered if maybe I was dead too and confronting the ghosts of my past. Perhaps all my sins were coming back to haunt me and drag me down to perdition.
Une ville fantôme. Ils sont sérieux là? Mais il est où? Je le vois pas. Il fait trop blanc. Il fait trop blanc, je vois rien. Non, il est pas là.
I saw Henry Plummer throw dynamite at me. In the gates of the cemetery, I saw John Wesley Hardin, just like I remembered him.
Aïe aïe aïe. Mais ah vas-y. Putain, il fait tellement blanc que j'arrive pas à voir les fantômes quoi. Oh là là. Oui je sais, je suis nul. Pas de problème, moi aussi je peux jouer à la dynamite. Ah, je me suis suicidé, je suis trop fort. Je suis trop fort. Bim, 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 bim. Allez, je me casse. Je vais bien loin et je reviens pas. Bon, je peux avancer s'il vous plaît. Ah mais c'est bon là. Oh.
My father-in-law got hit with a fallen branch. He spent the rest of his life.
Lol. Oula, oula.
Newman Hayes Clanton, William Brocious, John Peters Ringo, they all wanted me dead.
Putain! Putain, c'est chaud là. Hein? Putain, j'en peux plus là. C'est sérieux? Non! J'en peux plus! Oh mais non, mais non! C'est une blague! Ça va, bientôt je vais pas voir ma grand-mère ou un truc dans le genre qui va vouloir m'attaquer avec un shotgun ou une hache. Oh là là, oh là là. Oh là là. Non! Putain, en plus ils viennent en double.
The Sundance Kid?
Like a general leading his legion of the dead. He told us before that you seem alive. He was alive.
Il va se barrer. Putain, son shotgun il fait mal! Ah! Oups! Non! Je me suis gouré. Oh putain! J'ai cru que c'était vers la... J'ai parti vers la gauche et je suis parti vers la droite comme un con. Bon, déjà on va s'éloigner. Quel côté? Hop, gauche. On se casse. Hop. On se casse bien loin même. Dur. Oh! Ouf! Eh putain, mais il me course de loin, j'ai l'impression, ce con. On va partir très loin, très loin, très loin, très loin. Non, mais je me m'écarte pas de l'histoire, c'est un fake ça. Eh oh! Oh! Mais il me loupe pas, cet enculé! Là, un truc pour se planquer.
Called to me from afar. It was Robert Leroy Parker, a.k.a. Butch Cassidy, coming at me from out of the fog.
Thanks for taking care of that bastard.
But the kid wasn't quite deceased. Not yet.
Takes more than one little bullet to kill the likes of me, partner.
Those two looked like they hadn't seen each other for quite a while. Clearly, they were no longer amigos.
Shit. I was hoping I wouldn't have to kill you.
You won't have to, Butch. I'm killing you first.
I asked him about Bob Bryant, but they were too busy with their own heated conversation.
Let me get this shit straight. You want my money and the love of my life?
You frittered it all away, Butch. Anna's mine. And so is that damn money.
I didn't want to shoot anybody until I had an answer to my question, but those boys didn't give me much of a choice.
Oulala, dans un duel à 3, utilisez AE pour vous focaliser sur un ennemi qui vous regarde. Lui, il me regarde. Me regarde, connard. Déloyal!
Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid died there in that cemetery not 6 months ago.
Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid were killed by the Bolivian army. Everybody knows that.
That's the legend, but it ain't the truth.
So, you never found Bob? There is no Bob. This old sumbitch ain't even Silas Greaves.
Sir, is that true? Have you been pulling our legs this whole time?
Well, not the whole time.
Oh man, I think you've worn out your welcome here.
Maybe you're right, Jack. Maybe it's time to pay. You see, Ben, or should I say Bob, your past always catches up with you.
I was a different man back then, crazy. Drinking, I've changed my ways, I swear to you. If I could turn back the clock,
But you can't, Bob.
Why'd you toy with me like that? Telling those tales, knowing all along. Why not just lay your cards on the table?
Here. I won't have it said that I left you with nothing.
That's how you want it? So be it. Holy shit!
Right, Molly, move against that wall. Go!
Oh my God! Oh, Jesus!
Did you know it was him all along?
Cassidy told me Bob was in Abilene before he died. But I wasn't sure Ben was my man until he revealed how much he knew about Ringo and Reed. The coin, of course. Well, that was the last nail in that particular coffin.
I better go get the sheriff.
You okay, boy? You're looking mighty shook up.
Dwight, maybe you best go home. Young Eisenhower here is leaving for West Point tomorrow. He shouldn't get caught up in something like this.
I think I might head out myself at this juncture. Unless you want to stop me, Jack.
No, sir, Mr. Greaves.
So where are you going now? Now that you had your revenge?
Doesn't really matter, does it? As I've sold my soul for it, and will never again walk with those I have lost. Ooh, dear.
Bon, ben voilà. Oh là là, et ben franchement, je suis ultra étonné de ce jeu. Je m'attendais pas à ça, je m'attendais pas à une telle longueur. Déjà, il a une bonne durée de vie. Le scénario est vachement... Bon, on va pas dire que c'est ultra travaillé, hein, ça un truc classique de vengeance tout. Mais c'est plutôt la narration qui est franchement sympa. Non, franchement, c'est un bon petit jeu que je peux conseiller à tous. Après le fiasco qui a été Cartel, je pense que celui-là rattrape franchement la donne. Et bah franchement, je dis merci Techland, hein, franchement, y a pas à dire. Encore merci Ubisoft de m'avoir envoyé le jeu, franchement je m'attendais absolument pas à ça. Ah là 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 là. Bon mais maintenant c'est à vous de choisir hein, si vous voulez acheter ou pas. De toute façon, vous avez tout le playthrough, peut-être que vous n'aurez pas forcément envie d'y jouer. Mais peut-être que certains d'entre vous auront envie de découvrir avec leurs petites mimines et leurs doigts fins qu'est-ce que ça vaut. Ah bah moi franchement, j'ai bien aimé. Bon c'est sûr c'est une petite production, hein, c'est pas une grosse production, on a remarqué il n'y a pas des masses d'armes, certains skins qui se répètent, mais sinon franchement, je trouve qu'il vaut ses 15 €. Donc mes loulous, sur ce, on va se laisser ici. J'essaierai de vous mettre la deuxième fin, rédemption. Et je vous fais plein de poutou partout. Et d'ici là, prenez soin de vous pour ce rock'n'roll. N'oubliez pas d'avoir la Ouiiii attitude, comme d'habitude avec j'ai truc au cul. Bref, que sa chanson aussi, dit-on. On se retrouve très prochainement pour Resident Evil Révélation HD sur PC. Et donc d'ici là, je vous fais plein de poutou. J'espère franchement que ce playthrough vous aura plu. Et voilà, ben maintenant, je me tais. Et je vous laisse profiter aussi de la deuxième fin. Ciao, bye et peace!
Why'd you toy with me like that? Telling those tales, knowing all along. Why not just lay your cards on the table?
Wanted to suss you out, Bob. See what kind of man you turned out to be. Maybe prod you into drawing on me. See, all those years on your trail turned me into a killer. Can't even remember who I was before you tried to murder me. You, on the other hand, walked that very same path in exactly the opposite direction.
What do you mean by that?
You think your life is worth sparing, Bob? Boy, what's your name again?
It's Eisenhower, sir. Dwight Eisenhower.
What do you plan to do with your life, Dwight Eisenhower?
Tomorrow I'll be leaving for West Point, sir.
So, you want to be a soldier? Well, then do it right, son. Don't tear down the world out of anger and spite like I did. You build it up. You do something decent with your life, you hear me?
Sir? Yes, sir.
I won't have it said I left you with nothing, Bob.